In the bustling corridors of modern life, where interactions are fleeting and intentions often obscured, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a beacon of wisdom on the art of trust. Stoicism, a school of philosophy that flourished in Greece and Rome, teaches the pursuit of virtue and wisdom as the path to a good life. Among its many teachings, Stoicism provides valuable insights on why one should not trust easily, advocating for a balanced approach between naive openness and cynical skepticism. The value of trust according to Stoicism. Trust forms the foundation of human relationships, enabling cooperation, deepening connections, and fostering mutual understanding. Yet, Stoicism reminds us that trust, while valuable, carries inherent risks. The Stoics, with their focus on self-control, rationality, and detachment, argue that trust should be granted not on impulse but through careful discernment. For them, the vulnerability that comes with trust can be mitigated by cultivating wisdom and emotional resilience. Teaching 1. The wisdom of emotional reserve. The Stoic teaching on emotional reserve, as espoused by Marcus Aurelius, is deeply insightful and counterintuitive in today's culture of immediacy and emotional openness. This principle advocates for a disciplined approach to our emotions, especially in the context of trust. Emotional reserve doesn't mean suppressing our feelings. Instead, it's about not allowing these immediate emotions to overwhelm our judgment. In an era where first impressions can be misleading, especially with the prevalence of social media, the ability to maintain a level of emotional detachment is invaluable. It allows us the mental clarity to assess the actions and character of others over time, rather than being swayed by superficial charm or initial perceptions. Emotional reserve is a practice of mindfulness, where one observes their feelings without immediately acting upon them. This space between feeling and action is where wisdom resides. By cultivating this gap, we enable ourselves to respond rather than react, to choose our actions based on reason and reflection rather than on the spur of the moment. This is particularly crucial when it comes to trusting others, as trust prematurely given can lead to disappointment and betrayal. Moreover, Marcus Aurelius' emphasis on not being swayed by first impressions is particularly relevant in our fast-paced world. Our initial reactions to people are often based on incomplete information, and by reserving our emotional response, we give ourselves the time to gather more evidence, to see beyond the facade. This doesn't mean we approach relationships with skepticism or cynicism, but rather with a cautious optimism, armed with the wisdom that not everyone may deserve our trust right away. This Stoic practice also encourages a form of emotional intelligence, where understanding and managing one's emotions lead to a deeper insight into the emotions and motives of others. By maintaining emotional reserve, we become more attuned to the subtleties of human behavior, which in turn helps us make more informed decisions about whom to trust. In essence, the wisdom of emotional reserve is about cultivating a balanced approach to our emotions. It teaches us that while emotions are a significant and valuable part of our lives, they should not be the sole driver of our decisions, especially in matters as delicate as trust. This Stoic lesson, though centuries old, offers a timeless strategy for navigating the complexities of human relationships with grace and wisdom. Teaching 2. The impermanence of external impressions. Stoicism teaches that first impressions are not only unreliable but also impermanent. Our initial perceptions of people are often based on external appearances or fleeting interactions, which can be deceptive. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, advised that true understanding comes from patience and observation over time. Trust, therefore, should be built on the solid ground of consistent actions and proven character, rather than the shifting sands of first impressions. Teaching 3. The virtue of self-sufficiency. Stoicism's teaching on self-sufficiency extends beyond mere independence in daily tasks to encompass a profound emotional and rational self-reliance. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently emphasizes the cultivation of an inner citadel, a fortress of the mind that remains impervious to external turmoil and validation. This concept is pivotal in understanding trust from a Stoic perspective. Trusting oneself, according to Stoicism, is the cornerstone of a well-lived life, implying a deep confidence in one's ability to make judgments and decisions. This self-trust is not born out of arrogance, but from a meticulous practice of self-reflection, reasoning, and adherence to one's values and virtues. The virtue of self-sufficiency, therefore, teaches that one's happiness and peace must originate from within, rather than being contingent on the actions, approval, or recognition of others. This inward focus reduces the desperation or neediness that often leads individuals to place their trust unwisely or prematurely in others. By developing a self-sufficient mindset, individuals become more discerning about whom they trust, basing their trust on consistent evidence of character and integrity, rather than fleeting emotions or superficial connections. Moreover, this Stoic principle encourages a balanced view of interpersonal relationships. While valuing and cherishing connections with others, it advocates for a certain emotional autonomy, where the individual remains whole and unshaken, even when trust is betrayed or relationships falter. This resilience is the hallmark of Stoic self-sufficiency, ensuring that while we may enjoy and seek the company and support of others, our inner peace and contentment are not held hostage by them. In essence, the Stoic virtue of self-sufficiency is a powerful antidote to the vulnerability that often accompanies trust. It equips individuals with the tools to navigate the complexities of human relationships with grace and wisdom, ensuring that trust, when given, is both a conscious choice and a reflection of one's inner strength and independence. Teaching 4. The practice of objective judgment. The Stoic practice of objective judgment is fundamental to their philosophy, emphasizing the importance of seeing the world and the people in it with clarity and without the distortion of personal bias or emotional influence. This approach to judgment is critical when assessing the trustworthiness of others, as it requires a disciplined evaluation of facts and observed behaviors rather than being swayed by hopes, desires, or fears. Epictetus, a notable Stoic philosopher, argued for the necessity of grounding our judgments in rational thought and empirical observation. This form of judgment demands a level of detachment, enabling one to appraise the reliability of others more accurately. By prioritizing objective judgment, Stoicism advocates for a method of building trust that is both thoughtful and discerning. This involves a meticulous analysis of an individual's actions and patterns over time, rather than making snap decisions based on initial impressions or emotional responses. Such an approach ensures that trust is extended wisely and judiciously, reflecting a true understanding of the other person's character and reliability. Furthermore, the Stoic emphasis on objectivity in judgment serves as a protective measure against the potential pitfalls of misplacing trust. By removing the cloud of personal biases and emotional reactions, one is better positioned to recognize red flags and inconsistencies that may indicate untrustworthiness. This practice of objective judgment, therefore, not only aids in a more accurate assessment of others, but also fosters a sense of inner peace and resilience, knowing that one's trust decisions are made with the utmost care and consideration. In cultivating the skill of objective judgment, Individuals learn to balance openness with caution, allowing for meaningful relationships to form while safeguarding against the vulnerabilities associated with misplaced trust. This Stoic teaching, deeply pragmatic and rooted in the pursuit of wisdom, offers timeless guidance on navigating the complexities of human interactions with grace, discernment, and integrity. Teaching 5: The role of experience in forming trust. The Stoic emphasis on the role of experience in forming trust highlights the significance of learning from our past interactions to guide our future decisions. This perspective values the accumulation of evidence over time, suggesting that consistent behavior is a more reliable measure of someone's trustworthiness than isolated instances. Through the lens of Stoicism, every experience, whether positive or negative, serves as an opportunity for learning and growth. By adopting a mindset that views trust as something to be built upon a foundation of proven reliability, we embrace the principle of trust but verify. This approach not only encourages a more measured and reflective stance towards extending trust, but also fosters a deeper understanding of human nature. By prioritizing the lessons learned from past experiences, we equip ourselves with the discernment necessary to make wiser choices about whom to trust, ensuring that our trust is both earned and justified. This Stoic teaching, therefore, not only enhances our relationships but also contributes to our own moral and emotional development. Teaching 6: The importance of ethical integrity. Stoicism's emphasis on ethical integrity as a cornerstone for trust delves deep into the philosophy's core virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. These virtues are not just lofty ideals, but practical guides for living a good life and forming meaningful relationships. Trust, according to Stoic principles, should be extended to those who consistently exhibit these virtues, as their presence signals a strong moral compass and a commitment to doing what is right, not just for oneself but for the greater community. This Stoic view encourages us to look beyond superficial qualities and assess the ethical integrity of individuals. It prompts a reflection on the values that are truly important to us and suggests that relationships built on shared ethical principles are more likely to be deep, enduring, and mutually respectful. Such relationships are founded on a mutual understanding and appreciation of what it means to live a virtuous life, making trust not just a leap of faith, but a reasoned decision based on observable qualities of character. Moreover, by prioritizing ethical integrity in our trust decisions, we are also encouraged to cultivate these virtues within ourselves. Stoicism teaches that we attract what we are. Therefore, by embodying the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation, we are more likely to find and foster relationships with others who share these values. This not only enhances the quality of our interactions, but also contributes to a sense of communal well-being, reinforcing the idea that trust, rooted in virtue, is essential for a harmonious society. In essence, the Stoic emphasis on ethical integrity challenges us to elevate our criteria for trust, urging us to seek connections that are not just convenient or pleasant, but truly meaningful. By aligning ourselves with individuals who demonstrate a genuine commitment to virtue, we strengthen our own character and contribute to a world where trust is a reflection of shared ethical ideals. Teaching 7: The wisdom of guarded optimism. Guarded optimism, as advocated by Stoics, is a nuanced stance that balances hope with realism. This approach encourages embracing new possibilities while remaining cognizant of potential setbacks. It's about maintaining a positive outlook on future interactions and opportunities, yet also acknowledging the inherent unpredictability of life and human nature. This balanced perspective ensures that trust is given wisely, safeguarding against naivety without succumbing to cynicism. Guarded optimism empowers individuals to engage with the world openly but cautiously, optimizing personal growth and resilience amidst life's uncertainties. This wisdom fosters a life of fulfillment, rooted in realistic expectations and a preparedness for the spectrum of possible outcomes. Teaching 8. The necessity of personal accountability. The Stoic emphasis on personal accountability extends beyond mere acknowledgement of one's actions. It delves into the realm of trust and relationships, underscoring the significance of owning our judgments about whom to trust. This principle advocates for a conscientious reflection on past decisions, urging individuals to learn from their experiences, both successes and failures. Such introspection not only fosters a deeper understanding of one's own values and judgment criteria, but also enhances the capacity to discern trustworthiness in others. By actively engaging in self-reflection and taking responsibility for our trust decisions, we cultivate a more refined judgment, leading to stronger, more resilient relationships. This Stoic teaching champions the idea that personal growth and wisdom in trust are achieved through continuous learning and the willingness to adapt based on past experiences. Teaching 9. The power of detachment. The Stoic approach to emotional detachment emphasizes maintaining an objective perspective in evaluating people and situations, crucial for informed trust decisions. This detachment doesn't equate to indifference, but signifies a disciplined approach to emotions, ensuring judgments are based on rational analysis rather than fleeting feelings. It promotes a clear-headed assessment that aids in discerning the trustworthiness of others more accurately, encouraging decisions free from emotional bias. This principle advocates for a balanced emotional state that enhances decision-making in relationships and commitments, fostering a more stable and judicious engagement with the world. Teaching 10. The significance of community and common good. Finally, Stoicism acknowledges the importance of community and working towards the common good. In trusting others, Stoics advise considering not only personal benefits but also the impact on the wider community. Trust should be extended to those who contribute positively to the collective well-being, promoting a society based on mutual respect, understanding, and trustworthiness. Applying Stoic teachings on trust to modern life involves a deliberate and mindful approach to our interactions and relationships. In a world where social media and rapid communication often blur the lines between genuine connection and superficial acquaintance, Stoic principles offer a grounding perspective. Firstly, the Stoic emphasis on emotional reserve can be a guide for navigating the digital age, where first impressions are often formed through curated online profiles rather than substantial interactions. By withholding immediate judgment and maintaining emotional reserve, we allow ourselves the time to observe behaviors and actions that reveal true character over time. This approach encourages us to look beyond the surface, seeking evidence of consistency and integrity in others before extending our trust. Secondly, the practice of objective judgment is particularly relevant in an era of misinformation and biased news sources. Stoicism teaches us to question what we hear and see, to look for facts rather than opinions, and to base our trust on verified information. This can be applied not only to personal relationships, but also to the information we consume daily. By cultivating a habit of critical thinking and seeking out reliable sources, we build a foundation for informed trust in both the people and the information that shape our world. The Stoic virtue of self-sufficiency also provides valuable insight into modern relationships, where there can be a tendency to seek validation and fulfillment from external sources. By finding contentment within ourselves and recognizing our own worth, we lessen the emotional dependency on others, which in turn allows us to choose more wisely whom to trust. This self-reliance is not about isolation, but about ensuring that our trust is given not out of neediness, but from a place of strength and choice. Moreover, in a time when societal divisions seem more pronounced, the Stoic teaching on the significance of community and the common good reminds us that trust is not just a personal matter, but a societal one. Building trust within communities and societies involves fostering understanding, empathy, and cooperation towards common goals. It encourages us to extend trust not blindly, but with a conscious awareness of the larger impact our trust can have on creating a more cohesive, resilient society. Lastly, the Stoic practice of learning from experience teaches us the importance of reflection in the trust-building process. By reflecting on past instances where our trust was either well-placed or misplaced, we gain insights that refine our judgment. This reflective practice, combined with the Stoic mindset, empowers us to approach trust not as a static state, but as a dynamic, evolving aspect of our relationships. Incorporating Stoic teachings into our approach to trust can thus transform how we interact with the world and the people in it. It offers a path to navigate the complexities of modern life with wisdom, discernment, and a deepened capacity for genuine, meaningful connections.